Button is depressed.
I'll cheer it up.
We're gonna throw it a party.
Yeah, invite all the other buttons.
Buttons depressed.
Quiet on the set.
All right. Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. Coming to you live from Deltona, Florida. With two idiots misinterpreting the news so you don't have to. Lunch with Laz and Jack.
Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to a glorious lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the Shroud of the Avatar news so you don't have to do anything other than question your own personal life choices and ours.
That's right.
It's Thursday.
It is Thirsty Thursday. Happy 420 to all you out there. If you've got them, smoke them. If you don't smoke them, break out those gummies. Have a good time today. If you live in New York,
allergic,
head out to Washington Square Park. And of course,
headache.
if you live in Colorado or California, well, it's 420 every day for you all out there, so enjoy it. And the Maynard
with the 420 bits there.
Happy 420 with 420 bits. Thank you, Maynard. Appreciate it. And another 80 bits to make it 500 bits. Thank you, Maynard. Are we racing?
Or are we doing the news? Racing, doing the news?
Or doing the news?
Porn?
Doing marbles?
Yeah, racing, marbles, or...
I vote prawn. Yeah, prawn. Definitely prawn.
Prawn, yes. Don't forget, if you ever played Counter-Strike, and I'm referring to the old school version of it, F1 for free porn.
F1.
Yeah. And if you want to enable hack mode, it's Alt F4.
Oh yeah. Alt F4 for those of you who don't know any better.
What?
Okay, how about both?
What?
Both what? News and porn?
Yeah.
How about
News.
It's
porn?
something.
How about porn that's about news?
Yeah, there you go. How about porn news? There you go.
Naked news?
Naked
Naked
news.
news?
All right, we'll defer a game till the butt of the hour, at which point we'll go ahead and do an additional giveaway and run a race. What kind of race you want, though? Is it going to be marbles or is it going to be cars? Go ahead and tell us as we get ready to do what we do here.
Yeah. Hey, but we have a tweet.
Tweet,
We
tweet,
have a tweet.
tweet, tweet.
Marbles.
He wants marbles. All right, cool.
Okay. Well, while we're doing that, we can go to the Tweeterverse
If y'all didn't
and
know,
discuss. There was a tweet 23 hours ago that the data center maintenance has been completed and the game servers are now back online. Hi there, Lily. Here, I'll move my phone so that way you can lay down properly.
Lily.
And then I need to open up the Captain Hub so that way I can launch marbles. But that did not that made it to the @Shroud of the Avatar, but not the Catnip Games account because remember, Chris not updating that because Elon Musk is evil.
Yeah.
And he's blowing up Twitter like he's doing with SpaceX rockets. If he didn't hurt.
Yeah, I read the one about the rocket blowing up. Although they call it a success because it did get like 25 miles up, which
it was up there for 4 minutes, but it never separated and just blew.
Well, actually, self-destructed. It didn't just blow up. The self-destruct sequence.
That's what they're calling that, self-destruction.
Do you want to see?
It destroyed itself by blowing up.
Yes. You want to see the video? I got the video right here.
I'm assuming it was unmanned.
Yes, this is unmanned. the practice shots for the moon launch coming up in 2024, supposedly 2025.
What moon launch? That's being done by NASA, not by SpaceX.
Yeah, SpaceX has got the contract, dude. Hello.
Oh, they're sending the people.
This is
the Starship was
This is what this is going to the moon. The Starship, yes.
What? That's going to the moon?
That's the one going to the moon. The 390-foot rocket has been picked by NASA for its return to the lunar surface. Yes.
Oh.
It was supposed to go to 150 miles, but made it 25 miles before it went boom.
Yeah.
Shall we look at this? Can we watch this go boom?
Boom, boom. Yes. I clicked play. 3.
Chamber pressure is nominal.
As of right now, we are awaiting stage separation, where Starship could separate from the Super Heavy booster.
Yeah, that looks really bad.
Yeah, Kate, right now it looks like we saw the start of the flip, but obviously we're seeing from the ground cameras the entire Starship stack continuing to rotate. We should have had separation by now. Obviously, this is does not appear to be a nominal situation.
Yeah, it does appear to be spinning, but I do want to remind everyone that everything after clearing the tower was icing on the cake.
That's what Elon did to Twitter.
Blew it up.
Yep.
It didn't
and
cost
watched it crash and
didn't
burn.
cost Elon nothing. NASA's paying for it, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, with all the government contracts and subsidies that he's paid, yeah. Yep.
But yeah, there was another story out there today, speaking of which, and I thought this was funny. What are your thoughts on this one? I'm going to drop it in.
What are my thoughts on this?
Yeah, a little outside tragedy Avatar news today. We talk about Twitterverse and silly stuff.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Yeah.
He's like trying to sue Microsoft for scraping all the data.
Well, that's what he says, but my thoughts about trying to charge outside companies for access to your API, you know, that doesn't sound like standard operating procedure to me, does it?
So, for years, Twitter's API was free. Okay.
Aren't all companies' APIs free? That so people can integrate with them and use them, so that
No. Like the company I work for, the customers have to pay for API access.
Yeah,
but that
okay.
was the way it was done up front.
Yeah, I'm thinking like Amazon, even Microsoft. Microsoft doesn't charge for access to its API, do they? Amazon charge? If you want access to their development platform, that's a different story. But that's not actually charging for API.
That is correct. There's nothing wrong with fail fast, learn faster, go again.
Yeah.
Yes. But at the same time, you're talking about a guy that said his self-driving cars are marketed as full self-driving, right?
Not until they get a firmware upgrade.
They're still in beta, but hey, it's responsible for causing few hundred accidents.
Star Citizen's still in alpha, but they call it functional.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought it was interesting on the where was it? Did they even have the pricing structure in here? No, he does not in this article, but it was in the other article.
But at the same time, it's like Elon is taking something that was free, then trying to say that it is now it's going to be charged a premium service and a premium amount.
Because he screwed up.
Well, I mean, he shouldn't have spent $44 billion. And hey, imagine that. He's like, the court was going to make me buy it, so I had to buy it. It's like, yep, you would have lost that lawsuit because all your shit shows that you were not paying attention. At least Musk has a business strategy. Yes, he does, unlike Portnip.
Bridge Troll says, I'm in 2 meetings as I watched the stream today. Your tax dollars at work. Go, Bridge Troll.
How would Musk run the Kodo store? Better.
He'd charge you for access to the Kodo store.
And he would charge you a subscription to log into the game.
Yeah, well. Subscription for what? Pay-to-win access?
And he would say that, hey, I'm going to implement this thing and never get it implemented.
Yeah, Patosh, that's exactly what I say. Jack and I disagree big time on the two. I read the actual documents of the court filings, and I believe that the court filings actually said that they didn't disclose what they agreed to disclose, and hence he would have won that.
No, he would not have won that.
Well, again, did you read all the court filings? I did. So again,
Yes, I did. And I also paid attention to the statements. He did not put any fucking conditions on a damned thing when he made his buyout offer. When he made that offer of $44 billion, he did not say that he wanted to do a whole lot of due diligence. So they were not required to do anything. It was a month and a half after that, when Russia invaded the Ukraine, that he turned around and started saying and texting his friends, holy shit, World War III is going to happen. And that's when he started trying to back out and started making up shit.
We disagree wildly on it. But what I read contradicts what you say, and what you read contradicts what I say. So we'll just call it a wash and leave it at that.
I do not drive a Tesla, by the way.
Yeah, I would never. First off, I would never drive an electric car because math. Yeah.
What do you mean math?
The amount of emissions it takes to make one single electrical car battery is equal to 10 regular automobiles emissions over the same amount of time. So, math, yeah.
That's not true.
Sure it is. You need big diesel cat. What's the word I'm looking for? Not tractors, but diggers to get all that shit out of the ground, and then all the electric that you need to generate all comes from coal and fossil fuels. By the time you've made one battery, digging and mining, it's actually been proven that the emissions are 10 times more for one battery than it is for 10 cars.
No, it's not true.
Look it up. Look it up.
That's all bad data.
Look it up.
Data from fucking Shell and Exxon. You know those people that denied global warming, but their own report said that.
Yeah. How much do we contribute to the global warming process compared to like China? Let's ask you that one. Or Russia. Yeah.
Why don't you go with India? Because they
or India, which is actually actually the second largest, I believe.
Now the largest country.
Largest country or largest polluter? I know they're largest by population. Yeah, but China's putting in like a dozen new coal-powered plants over the next couple of years. Well, we're eliminating coal power plants. Anyway. Love you too, applesauce fans. Thank you. Let's get to some Shroud news. Let's stop talking about this other stuff. Yeah. California and Texas can't keep their regular power grids up, but they want you to stop using your air conditioning, not to overload the power grids, but buy cars because you won't be able to charge them either. Yeah, it makes sense. I know. And you know about those power grids. I know you do.
Yeah, and I love the fact that myth number one, electric vehicles are worse for the climate than gasoline cars, because it's myth number one on the EPA's page.
What is myth number one?
The thing that you said.
That it costs 10 times more? Is that the exact quote? The myth number one?
Myth number one. Electrical vehicles are worse for the climate than gasoline cars because of the power plant emissions, followed by electric vehicles are worse for the climate than gasoline because of battery manufacturer, nowhere to charge, don't have enough range to handle daily travel demands, vehicles only come in sedans, and are not safe as comparable gasoline engines. Those are the top 6 myths that are on the EPA page.
They don't normally come in sedans.
So no, they don't. Yeah, but that's why it's a myth.
Yeah, and you trust the EPA, huh? Just like you trust the government.
Hey, man.
Yeah,
they've got these things called sources that your shit doesn't have.
The government, yeah. The government lies. The government lies.
Hey, how much did Fox News just settle for?
$700 and something million.
Yeah. For what? Lies.
I don't know if they were actually lies, but yeah.
Yes, they were lies. They were lies, dude. Why
Anyway.
would you settle for 767 billion on a 1.6 billion lawsuit?
760 million. They
you-
didn't settle for 760 billion.
Sorry,
they said.
sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
767 million when the lawsuit was for 1.6 billion.
Because
Why would you settle for that amount?
They would have
if you
spent
knew
more
that you
fighting the
weren't lying?
lawsuit. They would have spent more fighting the lawsuit.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, Shroud
And
news.
all the stuff. What Shroud news? Where are we going to?
I don't know. Looking for some help or specialization? Which one you want to laugh at first?
Let's go laugh at specialization first, because that's shorter, and then we can like go through the new stuff before we go into the longer things. But Dude Gregor has that request. Allow us to save specializations and swap them. Because I want to GM everything. We need the ability to store our specializations into a docking area. That moves all specialization XP. Making that specialization a 0, we can then train another specialization and store that, and then swap them as needed. Add a cooldown, 12 hours. Sometimes I want to be a knight with heavy armor and earth specializations. Other times a druid with taming and bard specialization. This way, depending on what I can do for that day, I can change them out.
Make a new character.
Yes.
Make
accounts
a
are
new
free, dude.
Character. Yes.
Accounts are free.
Mom, straight up no. Tina, straight up no.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It's like other people are like, oh, I thought that you could only train one at a time, but you don't lose the ones you stop training. Like, no, you can train up to. I have never really understood why there is a mechanic that automatically untrains these sorts of skills as opposed to them just being inactive when not used. They're inactive when untraining anyway, so the only difference is that you lose XP anytime you... So you can still use it as it's going down. Obviously, you don't want people to be able to just switch specs on the fly, but there's a million different ways that could be achieved. That would be less annoying. You can only have 2 specializations trained and locked, all else will lose XP. Agreed. I want to GM everything. UO had the soul stones to store the XP for a specific skill. Sort of an unlearned skill, but storing that XP then could be restored. Blah, blah, blah. I personally would like to have one special... I would like to have our fucking combat system and skill system actually functional. Because they're not. Why not try a different character concept with a different specialization on a different character?
Yeah, there you go, Conjure Dragon.
Yeah.
Now you're talking.
Yes. It's one of those things where I don't get what the game design is supposed to be. It doesn't seem that coherent. Thank you, Oplek. You are absolutely correct. There is no coherency whatsoever in the game design. Having no hard caps on skills by itself isn't good or bad, but when mixed with a classless system which doesn't intrinsically need to mean you can train literally all skills, it produces bad results.
Bad results. You lost your voice there. What happened? Did you mute yourself? We don't hear you. You're not in Discord. You're not coming through Discord.
In Discord.
Your voice wasn't coming through. Ask Mom or Lomir.
I don't know.
Nope, couldn't hear him.
I don't know. I didn't touch anything. No touching anything, so no clue what's going on.
All right, anyway, where were you at?
I was at all characters, regardless of their initial state, will eventually merge into the same asymptote where one character's skills are indistinguishable from another's. The only thing that distinguishes the characters is which skills they happen to be using at the time and what they look like. There's no point in creating a new character and rejoining the sites, quests, and scenery of lower level zones because it'd just be eventually identical to the previous character. So there's little replayability in the game. The game funnels all players into endlessly grinding the same limited high-level zones and loops to make their logarithmically dropping off skills inch forward just a tad bit more because there's little horizontal progression. Beyond training up those lesser used skills, further moving towards that asymptote at the end of the time.
Yeah.
That also causes a problem.
I GM'd everything to prove this point.
Yeah. Yeah. It is one where it's like, there is no reason. I mean, everybody's a fucking GM of everything. The only difference between characters is what did they choose to specialize because they only have two choices. That's the only difference. Everybody else has GM for fucking everything.
Well, not everybody else, not you and me.
Okay. Everybody that actually like really pays attention and tries to do things.
You know, like death magic. I stopped playing with death magic when they started fucking with it. So I said, screw that noise, and decided that I like to Leroy Lazarus too much. So I went with more healing specific skills so that, I would be able to heal myself when I went Leroy.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny when people who play this game say they want to be a mage, bard, or tamer. You're everything. You are all the classes all at once. You are. And it's like the idea, like it's just fucking really shit design is what it is. I wouldn't mind that being applicable in the single player version, but in the multiplayer, you have to put those caps in there and those gaps.
Like in most other games, when you have classes, they force you to pick, well, first off, they group certain skills with those classes, and then, of course, they force you to pick which ones you want to train highest to lowest, just starting off your character, and still limit you to a sense of this is all this character can learn, which, I found quite different here in Shroud of the Avatar.
Yeah. He made a deck with all three melee stacking at the same time, playing all three classes at the same time. Yeah.
I don't see how that's possible.
I guess he was switching weapons between swords, polearms.
I want to know how you're switching weapons playing all three classes at the same time, simultaneously. I don't see how that's possible. I understand you can switch decks, and I understand you can hotkey it, but I wouldn't be out there.
There is a delay in switching decks too.
Yeah, I wouldn't be out there plunking a dragon with arrows and then trying to switch decks to a sword or a halberd in the midst of said battle. That would just not make sense to me.
Yeah, but this guy is actually spot on with the shit. Specialization at least seemed to be trying to buck that trend so that there's some variety in the game, but that depends on it being specialization, as in you must select two things to focus on. But because the veterans are so desperate for some horizontal progression, they keep insisting that the specialization cease being specialization, adding more, or just making specialization a Fallout 76 or Diablo 3 toggle that you can arbitrarily engage, disengage. And it all trends to the question of why even bother with skill levels? Just go full card system. Specialization just becomes another item on the deck. The one you happen to be using at the time. Become indistinguishable from the regular skills, of which you've trained them all. With the question being, which ones are you currently using? So not only should specializations probably stay the way they are, Your other unused skills should probably become rusty over time.
I
The
agree.
idea that a character can grandmaster all skills has been mystifying, but like Titans and Eve, it wasn't intended that everyone should have one. The soft caps were supposed to push people away from infinite progression. They were caps. I don't think they expected that people would get sunk cost invested like they have, unable to walk away from characters they've spent 5,000 hours on, to budge the numbers. And then the game devs created new zones based on people who put 5,000 to 10,000 hours in the game, requiring new players to do the same in order to experience those zones. Dude, I could do it in like 100 hours. It's called get a farming group and just fucking get all the XP. So yeah, keep specialization specialized, but also take a step back and think about the game design as a whole, because it is sorely lacking. Ev Buller, I can't figure out making the game more punishing, frustrating would help the game or player environment. It's not more punishing. It is actually direction. You have your player choices and you're choosing how you're going to build your character. I mean, we have this thing called a shared fucking XP pool where you can create multiple characters on the same account. We have all these other systems to where it's like, hey, it doesn't take long to fucking GM any skill if you have a large enough pool.
Yeah, well, again, if you have said character who's got all this experience, you just flip over to an alt character on the same account and use that experience that you've built up on the main. That's easy to gain pooled experience and train to different specializations. That would be,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And it's like you put in that cap and it's like, woo. And even that system, I also think is extremely stupid.
Then the argument becomes, well, I don't want to have to log out my character and log in my other character because that takes too much time. Yes.
Yeah.
Did they bring that back? They took that away. What are you referring to there, Tina?
Remember, it's like this is one where it's like they had that attunement skill that was supposed to actually raise and lower and actually cause problems, but they never implemented it fully. They never implemented the damn thing.
No, it's not
it's
gone.
Like,
we just had a whole conversation on that from CC the other day about his shared XP pool being all borged up.
It was XP pool was borked up, but no, there is no more shared XP pool between characters. Gold, yes. Virtue, yes. No more shared XP. Or I would still be playing periodically on Nimue.
Okay, so I've got 50. Let's look at this because I'm going to take a look at this. I've got let's get over here. I've got 57. I've got 57 million experience on this character Lazarus. So we're gonna log him out. I gotta see this. As my understanding is that's still totally functional.
What the fuck? This game is so fucking stupid. To switch characters, it's like it's.
It looks like you just exited out altogether.
Well, you have to log out, and then it's like. Let's see. Do we want Jack 2? Yeah. Or Appleplectic. I don't care.
I know I have a second character on here. I think I have 3. Yeah, daily bonus and big bonus.
This one's got 198,000, so it's got the login bonus is still shared. What's the command XP? Where there is pooled XP. shared. There is
By the way-
still shared XP.
No,
way,
that was carryover from the other one. Anything that was still shared, they started using up.
By the way, it's past the bottom of the hour, just so you know.
Thank you, Lomir.
Yeah.
While this character is loading in, let's pull a giveaway.
Oh,
I've
yes.
got 5 whole entrances, and Lomir, you are the winner.
Lomir's the wiener on both.
Okay.
Yes. So I have to log completely out of the game to fucking go change a character.
Yeah, okay,
That's
so
bad, stupid.
I only have 13 million on this person.
But it's still shared. You still have some shared.
Yeah, well, I have 13 million on a character that is adventure level 11, and I've got 13 million points.
Hey, Laz, look at the screenshot that I provided.
Yeah, well, this brings me back to
No, you didn't pay attention to the screenshot I provided.
I'm looking at it. What about it?
What's the pooled adventure experience character?
420? Oh, nice. Yes.
Yeah. Lomir, come exchange.
And
Come
my
send me a trade.
equipment is damaged for level 11. How is my equipment damaged?
You did stuff. Yes, strictly speaking, there is still code for shared, but anything you do to get XP will go into the non-shared pool. That shared XP is your daily login bonus mostly.
Yeah, I'm looking at all the equipment on this
But
character, and none of the
at the
equipment is damaged. I've got 120 out of 120, 80 out of 95, 80 out of 95, 125 out of
It's a
150.
tool.
Huh?
Hover over the icon. It'll tell you what's damaged. It's a tool symbol.
Your tool is damaged. Oh, well, it says your equipment. I don't consider tools to be equipment. Equipment
They have
is,
two different symbols.
well, then it
I'd
should
like
say
to know.
that it should say your tool is damaged, not your equipment is damaged.
It's still equipment. Just because you don't call it equipment, it's still equipment.
Equipment.
Find something else to bitch about. Move on.
Stuff I wear. Tools I use.
Hey, you have them equipped all the time.
Yeah.
So they are equipment.
If they were equipment, they would call them equipment, not tools, wouldn't they?
No, just move on. We're wrong. Move on.
But yeah,
Listen to your mom.
skill system definitely needs to be overhauled and fixed. All right, where do you want to go now?
I think I want to revisit CC's
Bizarre.
no, CC's posts about the shared. Hang on, let me get back over here and log in as my main character again because I have to switch that all up. Select my avatar from daily bonus to Lazarus Long. Because you know, if you have multiple accounts, you get a bigger daily bonus by having multiple accounts. Oh, not delete character. What the fuck?
Yes, delete your character.
I almost did.
Which one did you almost delete?
Lazarus.
That would have been funny.
And I'm pretty sure there's nothing support can do to help you with that one.
I would have had to help you with your shroud all over again.
I tell you, Lomir. Let's bring this up here. Let's get over here. See, this is where this confused me earlier. Just let me get to it. I've got it here. Come on, CC. Where is your post? Should be something. Should be something that I've clicked on. I love how my screen scrolls, even though I'm not on that screen. You all see it scrolling.
Dun 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 dun.
Wait, is it really that far back? Chicken room, no. Looking for some help. Is that far back? Where's CC?
I do not know.
Still waiting on that patch for the AFK problem that was supposed to come in 2 weeks ago.
Heh. Still waiting for them to fix AFK in general.
Yeah, well, there is. Yeah, here it is. Alt game account. There it is. Let's pull this back up. Get this over here. I'll have to scroll up on this though. Come on. Copy, paste.
Okay. Da, 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 da.
So we covered this the other day where CC was showing 1.6 billion on his
Pooled XP.
on his alt account, while his main character had 1.612 compared to 1.611, and they're telling him that there's no more, and that's adventure experience. That's not just pooled experience. The pooled experience he doesn't show on the one, but pooled experience was 6 million. Pooled adventure experience shared was 0. But how did both of them get 1.6 billion?
Well, I really think that account was a mule, and he just left it logged in
Well,
a group.
you can't really do that. I mean, we're talking 1.6 billion, not million.
Yeah.
Billion. You'd have to be logged in for literally weeks to do that. Now, the only thing I could think of was that before they took away pooled experience or shared experience, this character had it. But as you can see, they both have a pretty equal amount. Within what, 1,000 of each other, 612,000, 611,000. It's within not even within 1,000.
It's a mule.
Yeah.
Mule.
Yeah, but you're not taking into account that the hours spent to get that on both accounts would be phenomenal.
If it was a mule that was always logged in, always in the group, just following him around, then
but that doesn't work.
All that XP
because you have to be within 40 meters at all times. You know that.
Mule/follow.
Yeah, that doesn't work as well as you think it does.
/follow. I'm aware it doesn't work as well as I think it does.
I've spoken to CC. CC says again, he says it here, that this is an alt account on a different email account and that he hardly ever uses.
I don't know.
And he's complaining because he's saying this is a bug. If it was a mule, trust me, he wouldn't be sitting here complaining that, he's got. I just told him in a private chat, I says, dude, I just used the fucking experience and just call it a fucking day. That's what I told him. Be honest with you. Yeah.
But the real question is, who's going to investigate it? Who on the dev team could investigate that?
Anybody?
Really?
Apparently, Alley-Oop investigated it. And again, I got pinged by Vesper saying that Ali fixed it, and it wasn't fixed. So
Oh.
that, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Again, I've done my due diligence on my end to find out about this, and there's
Yeah.
nobody's coming up with a solution. The solution was, as soon as he gains experience on one of the characters, then uh that would fix the problem. But CC says nope, not gonna happen. He's played the characters and nothing changed. Anyway,
Shroud math,
yeah.
dude. Shroud math.
Yeah, lovely Shroud math there. Anyway, so we share login experience, but nothing else now. See, so that doesn't make a whole bunch of fucking sense either. But yeah, that's
Amen.
more
Shroud math.
that's even more Shroud math for you. Yeah, either you share experience or you don't share experience.
It's all bad design.
Yeah, I didn't agree with that design feature to begin with. Sharing experience, sharing what's the other
money, gold, because gold is not an
banks?
actual object.
Yeah,
Bank slots.
attunements. Was it attunements or what is the word I'm looking for?
Virtue.
Attenuation.
Virtue. Thank you. Virtue. Thank you, Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, because initially I would have liked to have had one bad character, one good character. You know,
I would have enjoyed having a tank, a healer, DPS, my solo character, my crafting character.
You are all that.
Yes, I am all of that, with no incentive to do anything else. That's the fun part.
All right. So since we deferred that big topic once again, we're never going to get around to that today. So let's go talk about some child conversationalists, because we've got another
This is the logic here is fucking hilarious.
another wonderful fucking answer from our wonderful dev team. And when I say our dev team, I'm talking about just Ravlox, because that's the only person who seems to be doing anything out there, who seems to be running the show, seems to be the guy in charge these days.
Yes. Okay. Child conversationalists. Young girl and young boy conversationalists. The use I personally have in mind is a child that tells the player to visit their parents in their shop, or a child in the shop with his parents that helps players on a quest. Players could theoretically do a lost child quest if only they had the ability for an NPC to follow someone.
Oh no.
Oh no. Back when Elgarian was putting all the various conversations in the game We Asked for Children, we were told that Sanyo had reserved child conversations to put in at a later time, possibly as a quest reward. I'm not sure if the conversationalists themselves were supposed to be a reward or recipe for it, like we crafted a beggar ones. But I do very much hope that there is still a plan to put them in the game. And if that's the case, they have it on their schedule.
I hope they have it on their schedule.
Because they have a schedule of when they're going to do things. This schedule includes that they are going to do a new episode every 12 to 18 months after release.
18 months to 2 years. Another thing we still disagree on.
12 to 18 months. 12 to 18 months. We also need many other conversationalists. Elgarian stated it was easier to mass produce them. Bandits and pirates in various outfits. The new undead added to the game roughly a year ago. Jester, a young giant. As well as various founder servants, optional conversations to... What? The founder servant?
Founder
Conversion to
servants
conversationalist?
conversion to conversationalists,
Okay,
like
okay, all right.
like they did with
Yeah.
the automaton. Yeah.
Yeah. Then let's see. In the meantime, we do have the mechanical kids, the smaller robot kids. Ravlox with the up until now, we were holding off on adding more conversationalists due to the wander bug. I believe that Devacold has sorted that issue out now, and with that, I think we can look at adding more variations. On the topic of children conversationalists, this has been discussed, and we do not plan to add any player-facing conversationalist children NPCs into the game at this time. At Jackal's suggestions are great. I'm making notes.
Yes. What bug are they referring to? Please follow me. And this is just not a conversationalist bug, as you'll notice by the wonderful Raven pet also sitting over here that we've pointed out dozens and dozens of times. You'll notice that these are both on Jack's property, even though they're placed on my property. Now, the wandering bug is the recruiter of the conversationalist who is way over the property line on somebody else's property. But of course, we also have the brass clockwork Raven decoration pet way over the property line as well. But for some reason, Ravlox is very particular about the children conversationalists, but not the other conversationalists, because for some reason, children conversationalists are bad. I don't know.
Well, children conversationalists are bad because you've got the same people that complain about like the fucking what's the scene where it's all illusion?
Please scroll up to see my comment. That's why we can't have them.
I was getting to that. First off, Tina, yes, I know David's still there. I know Sanyo's still there. I know, Vespers is there, Allie's there, Justin's there. I know all those people are there, but the people who should be making decisions doesn't seem to be there anymore that we can make any heads or tails of. Scotty's supposed to be there, and again, we just don't see much. I was being facetious, As much as I love Steven as a person, as a developer, not so much. That's all I'm going to say there.
Well, I mean, the question is, who is actually a full-time employee?
We don't have any full-time
contractor.
We don't have any inkling of that, so none as far as we're concerned. Yeah.
As far as we know, there are 0 full-time staff.
The dog
in
has
any
the answer.
shape or form.
Yes. And then to Mom's quote, "Oh dear Lord, no! Some perv is going to do something very bad, and we will be in a this is why we can't have nice things situations."
Yeah.
Yeah. As I recently saw Richard put a quote of TTP in one of his replies on Twitter. Yeah, time to penis. It happens. You have to just move on with life. You can't be offended by every little fucking thing in a fantasy world, people. I'm sorry, you just can't. You may not like it, but you don't have to look at it. You don't have to stay there. You don't have to enjoy it. You don't have to agree with it.
Yes.
I mean, somebody could take the mini automaton and do just as something devious with it, and just put it in an iRobot situation and still make the same fucked up implications using a mini automaton. But it is what it is. I'll leave that alone.
The funny part is they're looking at exceptions.
Yeah, Tina says, I don't have a problem with him as a developer. Developers are completely different skill sets from managing. Yeah, which, again, as a developer, he's completed absolutely 0 of the tasks that he's promised since he stepped into this role. He hasn't completed the fucking Lord of the Manor fucking dungeon, whatever it
Lord of
is,
the Isle.
Lord of the Isle thing he's supposed to finish. He hasn't finished maps like he's supposed to finish. Hasn't finished dozens of other projects he says he was going to get started on. I don't even think he started on half of the shit that he said he was going to start on. But that's another topic for another time and another place. We'll talk
Hey,
about
Laz,
that in June.
Laz,
But
go to the QA or ask a dev functionality.
ask a dev functionality. You got a link?
Ask a dev answers.
You got a link?
Yeah.
Gonna making me go search for it.
Another thing that they said that they're going to fucking do regularly that didn't get done. They did it one fucking day. The day they announced it, and since then been abandoned.
Yeah, so where is Chris then? Chris who? Yeah. Is he even working on the game anymore? Ha 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 ha. Well, Chris has not been
he's
here.
not.
Yes. If you search in the forums, you'll notice he hasn't even been logged into the forum since January. If you search for Atos in the game, let's look at the friends list in game for Atos. When was the last time he logged in as Atos? We looked at that the other day.
7/15/2022.
Yeah, hasn't logged in as Atos for almost a year. Let's see, what was the other one he uses? Starts with an M.
I forgot. Yes. I guess if we complain about Chris, we can complain to Chris.
Yeah.
You could always post on Facebook and say, "Hey, Chris, we haven't seen you in Shroud in a long time. What have you been up to?" And then you can get the fact that his LinkedIn has him working as a CTO for another organization. He is completely
two other
abandoned
organizations.
ship. Yeah. Because he's still listed as Demeta.
Yeah, I know.
Even though he said, "I'm not working at Demeta." It's like, I left that there. And it's like, dude,
Yeah, I love when somebody says that, and then they update their LinkedIn profile with wanting a new thing, but they don't update the old one to say that he's no longer there. So apparently his technical advisor, is still in play there, and I guess you leave that to pad your resume. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not there, you're not there. Say so and get it off your fucking resume. Or at least end the termination time on your resume. Don't be doing it to pad a resume. But anyway, moving right along. Yes. There was this one, and then, of course, nothing new there. The first three Ask a Devs are always there.
We're supposed to be playing some marbles.
We were supposed to do that, weren't we? You're right.
Yeah.
We passed all the way on that and a giveaway. So let's pull up a race. What do you want to do?
What race are we going? I might as well just hit random.
How
or
about
do you
the
want
pin?
to do something?
Let's do the pin.
Raging pin?
Let's do the
We're
pin.
doing the raging pin. Exclamation mark play on both streams.
Get out of here with the
Are you ready to hit start there, Laz?
No, still waiting for it. Now I am, yes.
Okay, we are clicking start in 3, 2, 1, start.
69 seconds. Get in on the action.
Am I in on your side? Are you in on my side?
I don't know. Noob Skyblabber with the sub. 41 months. Thank you, Noob.
Yes.
Noob Skyblabber making sure that he's in for the supporter race at the beginning of next month.
Yep.
Next time, guys, we'll start a game tomorrow for you there, Noob. How about that?
Oh, we'll do something.
Tell us, cars or marbles? We'll start with cars or marbles tomorrow. And that's right, get in on the giveaway. Carvels?
Yes.
Who
Okay,
says
dropping
cars?
down in 3, 2, 1, dropping. The pin
Go
is
marbles.
on. Go.
Jack Citizist out front.
Mom's in the lead on my side, followed by Lomir.
Applesauce
had the lead
pants.
for like
The
a
Maynard.
second.
Batosh is
Mom
ejected.
confused.
Mom is ejected. Noob Skyblabber is ejected.
Oh. Dwip in the lead right now.
On both sides.
Yeah. Dwip into the mixer.
Into the tube. And he gets ejected out of the tube, putting Tina in first place.
Still in the lead on my side.
And Lomir ejected. Synassist ejected coming out the tube.
I haven't had a single ejection on my side yet. But Mom now in the lead. Again.
And Rampage and Tina battling it out. Tina gets a good jump. Bane Rampage comes up and jumps a Credibum.
In the lead.
Bane popped up and ejected. Bridge Troll popped up and ejected. Maynard popped up and ejected.
Mom ejected. Lomir ejected.
Maynard ejected.
Dwip ejected. We're down to 2.
Out of 12 players, we're down to 3 remaining on the track. Applesauce Pants, Tina O'Neill, and me.
Down.
As we head to the pin.
Me and Tina on the way to the pin as well. As soon as we can figure out how to do this swirly thingy.
The swirly thingy.
I am on my way to the pin. Tina is not yet. Dun, dun, dun.
And we are all at the pin.
To the pin.
Applesauce Pants and myself get popped up, and I get popped right back on the track, you sons of dishes. As
I am on my way
Pants.
to victory. I was victorious. Everybody can send me their scrolls. Send me all of your scrolls.
Applesauce Pants in for the win. Congratulations.
Oh man. And you know what that means? We gotta like pull some giveaways, like turn around, pick wieners, and do other weird things. And Dwip getting the streamer bundle, and Manelkoff getting the Steam key. I have no idea which is which, but let's go ahead and send this here and go to Axe.
Hey, Lomir, I never did send this to you earlier, so there you go. Take that.
Okay, there you go.
Applesauce Pants, you're going to get yourself some scrolls.
And Manelkoff is going to be getting a copy of Dark Deity. He's going to be worshiping the dark gods. Okay, Dark Deity.
We're going to pull the last streamer bundle of the day.
There you go, Manelkoff.
Last streamer bundle of the day is going to Bridge Troll. Bridge Troll, congratulations. You are the winner. Let's go ahead and get you that.
Dun, dun, dun. Dark Deity is how much on Steam? Dark Deity, $25. Sweet. There you go.
And Bridge Troll, there you go. Here's your streamer bundle. And then we're going to pull the last 2 giveaways because we're going to be giving away 2 Steam keys, one for the race and one for the end of the show. The 2 lucky winners, so I hope you're all raffled up as we close the giveaway. Pick our first winner, and our first winner is Noob Skyblabber. Noob, you're going to get yourself a copy of What are you going to get? Tokyo Xanadu EX, which I believe is like a $60 game. Holy shit. Did you just win a $60 game?
Yes.
Yes, you did. $59.99 going out to Noob Sky Blabber. And our final winner of the day is going to be Dwip. Dwip, you're going to get yourself a copy of Final Fledge, a daughter raising simulator. Which is worth $9.99, $10 going out to Dwip. So congratulations to both of you, and of course, thank you all. And we will be back tomorrow for Frock Awesome Friday. Till then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.